You want happiness in your relationship. You want happiness with your kids. You want happiness in your health. You just want to be happy. Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
And the problem that many folk face is that while trying to be happy, the devil brings a whole bunch of stuff into their lives that causes them to be unhappy. Come on, this is a Baptist church. Talk back with me if you please. And I don't know if you're here today, but there's some of you, if you ain't never scared to admit it, you can admit that you've been in some places, or you are in some places in your life right now that you feel like you could be further along if you were just doing what you wanted to do, if you were where you wanted to be. Come on, help me here.
Yes,
I mean, is there anybody in here that feels like that you could be a little bit further along in your life? You wish that you were further along in your life. But I got good news today. And I mean, let me back up, because the truth of the matter is that my grandmama said it like this: if it ain't one thing, it's come on, help me preach here today. Don't get quiet up in here. I mean, once you get one bill straightened out, it seems like another bill comes out the blue. Once you get one child straightened out, it seems like the other one start acting crazy. Come on, holler at your boy for a minute. Hey, as soon as you get over one obstacle, it seems like you got to jump over another obstacle. But I got good news for you today, that even when you looks like you're down to nothing, God is always up to something. Come on, help me preach here today. And is there anybody in here under the sound of my voice, you can thank God that yes, you had to jump over one obstacle and now you're facing another obstacle, but the last obstacle that you just had to jump over didn't kill you. I wish I had somebody here today. Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Somebody say yes, Lord, again. And the good news is that if God allowed you to get over one trouble, if God allowed you to get over one obstacle, if God allowed you to get over one pain, then let me tell you something. This ain't the first time your heart gonna be broke. This ain't the first time you've been broke. This ain't the first time you had more money than you had money. This ain't the first time your kids been acting crazy. This ain't the first time you've been sick. Somebody say yes. Somebody say yes, Lord. This ain't the first time you've had to deal with issues. This ain't the first time you've had to deal with haters. This ain't the first time your family been acting crazy. Come on, holler at your boy here. And the good news is, if God got you through it before, He's God enough to do it all over again. Some of y'all said, let me that prayer done. Let me put a pin in park here, because there's some of y'all up in here right now. You catching hell right now. I know you got your Sunday go to meeting clothes on. I know you looking good because you're up in church today. But let's be honest, some of us are smiling on the outside and crying like little old babies on the inside. Come on, holler at me here. But the truth of the matter is that if the enemy had his way, if the devil would have had his way, he'd have took you out a long time ago. But what the devil did is he messed up and let you get to church one more Sunday to hear a word of God to tell you that even when it don't look good, it'll work out for your good. Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yes,
Watch
Lord.
this here. Here in the text now. Watch this here. When you want to be happy, when you want everything from God, there's a couple things that you're going to have to do. The first thing you see in the scripture today is that the woman followed Paul and Silas while they were on their way to church. Are y'all here today?
Yes,
Somebody
Lord.
say yes, Lord. Somebody say yes, Lord, again. Here, if you want true happiness, there are some things you're going to have to do. Here's my first point. When you want true happiness, you got to understand that true happiness doesn't come from your boo or your significant other. Y'all missing a good place to shout. Because the same folk that say they love you today are going to be the same folk that'll let you down tomorrow. Y'all ain't going to say nothing here today. Somebody say yes, Lord. I mean the same person that said they had your back, the one that's saying the same friends or the same man or the same woman that said they was never going to leave you. Come on, holler at me here today. Somebody say yes, Lord. Your friends said they was going to stick with you through the thick and the thin, but when your stuff got thick, your friends got thin. Come on, help me here. But the good news is that God is a God that sticks by you even when it don't look good. See, God is not with you for your money because He's got more money than you can ever imagine. God's not with you because of what you can do for Him, because He can do that and more for Himself. But God sticks by your side, watch this here, because He's got too much invested in you to let you die where you are now. Y'all sit here like brother. Y'all sitting here real quiet. Let me say it again. God's got too much much invested in you, Lena, to let you die where you are now. Y'all still ain't said nothing. Let me say it again. God's got too much invested in you to let you die now. Yeah, somebody asked me, maybe they asked me, why do you shout the way you shout? Why do you holler the way you holler? Why do you sing the way you sing? Why do you preach the way you preach? Why do you do the things that you do? I understand. I had to give the answer this. I shout the way I shout. I sing the way I sing. I pray the way I pray. I dance the way that I dance, because I understand that God has been good to me. And in spite of my trifling self, in spite of my dull self, God still loves me the way that I am. That's why I don't come to church to be quiet. I came to give him what I owe him. I came to give him a hallelujah. I came to give him a thank you, Jesus, because when I look back over my life, Destiny just sang it, I never would have made it. Somebody say yes, Lord. Here it is.
Lord.
She followed Paul and Silas. Some folks say, well, it don't take all that. You ain't got to go to church every day, every Sunday to be saved. You're right. You ain't got to go to church every Sunday to be saved, but if you're saved, you ought to go to church.
That's right. That's right.
You ain't got to go to church every Sunday to get saved, but if you're saved, you ought to go to church. It's a low down, dirty person that always want God to come to his crib but won't never go to his.
That's right.
Y'all missed that, yeah? Yeah. You always want God to come up and show up at your stuff, but you don't ever want to show up at his stuff. And if I took a roll call in here today, if I took a roll call up in here, how many of y'all have ever asked God to straighten up your family? How many of y'all ever asked God to straighten up your finances? How many of y'all ever asked God to straighten up your health? But how many times have you just woke up in the morning and said, God, it's me. I don't want nothing. I just want to tell you thank you. Y'all ain't saying that here today. Yes, somebody Lord. Say yes, Lord. Yes, somebody say yes, Lord. I thank you for every child I got. They're getting on my nerves, but Lord, I thank you. I thank you for this job. It ain't where I want to be, but Lord, I thank you. I thank you for this little old house. I thank you for this little old apartment. I thank you for this little old car. I don't want nothing, God. I just want to tell you thank you. And I wonder if I got at least 15 folk up in here who ain't never scared to just open up your mouth, clap your hands real quick, and tell the Lord, thank you.
Thank you.
Watch this here. She followed them. Say follow them.
Follow them.
See, when you want your happiness, when you want something from God, you've got to be the initiator to get it from God. Are y'all here today? Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Somebody say yes, Lord again.
Yes,
you
Lord.
got to be the one to initiate it. What do you mean, Bishop? The men of God didn't stop to talk to the woman. The woman followed the men of God until they realized they was being followed. I used to be slow too. Let me say it again. I mean, because y'all act like y'all in church. Let me say it again. She followed them. They did not follow her. Are y'all here today? In other words, why would God come chasing after you when he's got what you need?
That's right. That's right.
I used to be slow too. Let me put the tape in and rewind. Here it goes again. Why would God chase after you when he's got what you need? In other words, if God's got the joy you need, if God's got the happiness you need, if God's got the power you need, why are you waiting for God to come to him? Somebody say one time, I'm just waiting on the Lord. I'm just waiting on the Lord. No, baby, God, why you waiting on God? God waiting on you. Y'all miss a good place to shout. Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yes,
yeah, why you waiting on God? God waiting on you. Why you want God to straighten up your house? God says, I've already given you the power to straighten up your mess, but you don't realize what's on the inside of you. Let me tell you this, when you are saved, when you are in God, and you know who God is, this ain't the time to get punkish. This ain't the time. Let me tell you like this, I got some street folk up in here, and all y'all know me up in here. Let me put it like this. If you wasn't no punk in the street, don't you get saved and get soft. Y'all ain't saying nothing here today.
Yes,
somebody
Lord.
say yes, Lord. Somebody say yes, Lord. Why does if the devil is whooping you and you feel defeated, that's because he's got you in an area where you feel like you can't swing no more. But I wonder if I got anybody up in here today that ain't never scared to say, devil, you struck me once, you struck me twice, but guess what? You got to take your best shot now, because I got a little bit more power on the inside of me. Y'all ain't saying nothing here. Somebody say yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I wish I had some folks that could look at the the devil, look at the devil's situation, look at what the devil's doing in your life, and say, I wish you would touch one of my kids again. I wish you would touch my job again. I wish you would touch my health again. Do it one more again, devil, and it's on and popping up in here. Y'all ain't saying nothing here. Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Watch this. She followed them. And because she followed them, Anise, the Bible says that Paul turned around and said to the spirit in her, come out of her immediately. Here's what you got to understand. That the woman wasn't Paul and Silas's issue. The spirit that the woman carried was Paul and Silas's issue. Y'all here today? Somebody holler, yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Somebody holler, yes, Lord, again.
Yes, Lord.
The woman wasn't the problem. Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your daughter, your son, that woman at the job, that man at the job, you ain't the issue. It's the spirit that we carry that's the issue. Why should I say it? Because when we let spirits come on the inside, you ever see somebody who's sad all the time? They're depressed all the time. When they call, the first thing you want to do is hit the ignore button. Because you know they always calling with a sad story. They always got something going on. I look at some folk on Facebook, and I don't need to watch soap operas because I get all the days of my life and watch the world turn right on Facebook. Yeah, and watching who's going to the general hospital. Amen. Come on, say something here today. But what amazes me is how folks seem to go through all of the time. Can I tell you something? You should not be going through the same thing this year that you were dealing with last year. At some point in time, you ought to have grown up. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing here today. I got a bunch of sisters, and one of my sisters, thank God she was coming to church today, but now I can talk about it because she didn't come today. So, oh well. And y'all don't know which one I'm talking about, no way. Amen. Hey, one of my sisters, she gets on my everlasting nerve because all she does is complain. She complains about everything. It's hot, she complains. It's cold, she complained. It's in between, she complained. The chicken wasn't good, she complained. She didn't fry it hard enough, she complained. My niece getting on her nerves, she complained. Folk at the job getting on her nerves, she complained. Y'all seem to be smiling because y'all must neither know my sister or know somebody like her. They complain about everything. They don't see the good in anything or anybody. Are y'all here today? Everybody's out to get them. Everybody's talking about them when really ain't nobody even thinking about them. Come on, help me here. And what messes me up is that I love my sister. I swear for God, I love my sister, but sometimes I hate to even see her coming because I know it's about to be some mess when she show up. Y'all here today? Y'all got some friends like that. Y'all got some aunties like that, some uncles like that, some cousins like that. Oh, you might be just like, watch it here. Somebody say yes, Lord. Somebody say yes, Lord. But I understand that reason why people are sad all the time is because they got a sad spirit. The reason why people are depressed all the time is because they got a depressed spirit. Are y'all here today? The reason why some people are mad all the time, mad as heck all the time, and if the kids wasn't in here, I'd have said it like I really wanted to say it all the time. Are y'all here today? The reason why folk want to fight all the time, they drink all the time, and they smoke weed all the time is because there's a spirit that's got on the inside of them that's taking over their life. Are y'all here today? The reason why some folks feel defeated is because they got a defeated spirit. But I came to talk to somebody up in here today that says, I've had enough. I'm sick of being tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'm going to get everything God has for me. So in the means I got to give somebody the Fantasia benediction and tell them, go ahead and free yourself. I don't need your drama. I don't need your hurt. I don't need your pain. Y'all ain't saying nothing here today. Yes, Lord. And let me tell you something. There are some folk, if you're going to be happy, you just got to cut yourself off from. Y'all got quiet. I know that's your friend, girl. That's your homeboy. But listen, some folk are coming to your life for only time, reason, and season. And some folk, you trying to take it to your next season, they are not qualified to go to the next level that you're trying to go to. Are y'all here today? If you trying to stop drinking, you can't keep hanging around drunks. If you trying to stop smoking weed, you can't hang around weed heads. If you trying to stop laying around and playing around and you want your relationship to work out, you gotta stop hanging around sister girl who always trying to tell you how to keep a man, but ain't got no man. Y'all quiet up in here today. Stop taking advice from homeboy or sister girl trying to tell you how to raise their kids and they don't even know where theirs is at. Y'all ain't saying nothing here. Somebody say yes, Lord. You young people trying to do right in school, quit hanging around. Little Bobo, little Shay Shay, little Bonquisha, little Alizé, little Portia. You know they don't name them real names no more. I'm just coming. I'm about to say yes, Lord. They name them after cars and drinks that they wish they could have. Y'all ain't saying nothing here. Yeah, you gotta stop hanging around little Pinot and Grigio. Yeah, you gotta start hanging around folk. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody up in here, from the youngest to the oldest, you got to learn to get away from people that got your problem and hook up with folk that got your solution. Y'all ain't saying that here. I told y'all, ain't gonna keep it long. Let me go. I'm a Baptist preacher. Y'all know that, so that's my first lie. About to say, she followed them for many days. In other words, this woman said, I don't care what it costs me. I just want to be happy. Let me see the hands of those of you that just, Tasha didn't even let me get out, she just raised my hand. That just want to be happy. I want to wake up in the morning, even if I got trouble. I don't even care that I got trouble. As long as I got God, I'm just happy. I just want to be happy. Can I tell you something? You can't replace what God's trying to give you with superficial happiness.
Yes, Lord.
Are y'all here? Ain't enough money in the world to make you happy. Ain't enough drinks you can drink to make you happy. Because can I tell you something? You might get drunk today, but you got to come back to reality tomorrow. Ain't no weeds you can smoke. Ain't no beds you can lay in. Let me tell you something. Only real happiness comes from God. I love my wife. I swear I do. I love my wife. But I love the happiness that God gives me more than I love my wife. Are y'all here? I just want to be. Some folks say to me all the time, they say, Bishop, I be telling them what I'm going through. They say, Bishop, how you ain't crying about that? No, for what? The old folks say, I walk the floor all night long crying and wondering about what the Lord gonna do. Well, the Bible says that he don't sleep no slumber, so what we both staying awake for? God, here you go, I'm going to bed.
I know that's right.
Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yeah, Lord.
Somebody say yes, Lord, again.
Yes,
What you worrying about? How many of y'all in here worrying about something right now? You worried. You worried about something right now. And let me ask you, do you have the power to fix it right now? Y'all shaking your head no. So what in the world you worrying about it for? Give it to God and be happy about it.
Yes, Lord.
I got all these young kids in here, but you old folk know this song too. If you're happy and you know it, clap your. Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yes,
If
Lord.
you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Yeah, thank you. Hey, thank you. I wake up in the morning, and you know why I'm happy? King, you know why I'm happy? I'm happy because he didn't have to wake me up in the morning to deal with the trouble that I got to deal with today. But since he woke me up, I choose to be happy. Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Folk complaining about the weather, how hot it is. Well, what you complaining about? You ought to be thanking God. You can feel how hot it is.
That's right. That's
Because
right.
there's somebody that's 6 feet under right now and can't feel a doggone thing. Let me say this and I'm closing. Second lie. I got one more. I'll do all that hollering and stuff next week. But I want you to get this, because if you are in God and God is in you, you have no reason to be unhappy. You don't. So what? You lost a job. Just like you got that one, you can get another one.
That's right.
So what? You lost a car. Just like you lost that car, you can get another one. If your man or your woman walked out on you, you might want to start shouting, because that might not have been who God had for you in the first place. Huh? I was telling some of y'all single sisters some time ago, the sisters talking about, I'm waiting on my Boaz. Yeah, whatever. If you waiting on your Boaz, you better be doing what Ruth was doing when Boaz found her. Because if you waiting on Boaz, you might get lying ass, cheating, and y'all, I thought I'd catch you right there, I didn't cuss, but I'm just simply saying. See, you got to be careful what you ask God for. Because God might fool around and give you exactly what you've been asking for, and you wasn't ready for it, but you kept on begging. You know how all of us in here that got kids, you know how they beg you so much, you finally turn around and give them what they've been asking for. Why? So they'll shut up. So God said, let me hurry up and give them this, so they just go ahead and be quiet. But you wasn't ready to handle it. Are y'all here today? And let me say this as I'm closing. This is the third time, so it's the truth. Let me say this to you. That in order for God to bless you, in order for you to be happy, you got to do whatever needs to be done in order to maintain the happiness that God will give you. Y'all hear me? You got to be able to do whatever needs to be done in order to maintain happiness. You know why God doesn't give us certain things? It's because He can't trust you to maintain it. God, I want a new house, and you don't take care of your apartment. God, I want a new car, but you don't even know where your bus card is at. God, I want a man or I want a woman, and you don't even love yourself good enough yet. Come on, help me here.
Yes, Lord.
Huh? That's like my son. My youngest is 8, and he wants some new Jordans. Well, them Air Forces is dirty. Come on, help me here. All you parents should have been hollering right there. But can I tell you something? God wants to see if you're going to be faithful over the things He gives you now. Because if you're not faithful over what He gives you now, He can't trust you what you're asking for later.
That's right.
Can I tell you where true happiness comes from? True happiness comes in knowing that God will supply all my needs according to His riches and His glory. But true happiness also comes in knowing that if God don't do nothing else for me, He's already done more than enough.
Yes, Lord.
Let me say that again. If God doesn't do nothing else for me, He's already done more than enough.
Watch your mouth.
Are y'all here today? Somebody say yes, Lord.
I'm recording.
Here's what you got to understand. If you're going to be happy, if you're going to get all that God has for you, you've got to do what this woman in the text did. She didn't wait for God to come to her. She went to God. Are y'all here? She didn't wait for God to come to her. She went to God. What does that mean? I can't wait for God to come to me. I can't wait for God to straighten up my house. He's all right, live long. I can't wait for God to come to my job. You know what I got to do? If there's some hellish folk at the job, I got to take God to the job.
That's right.
Because you do know that you might be the only God somebody might ever see.
That's right.
Help me, God, here today. If your man or your woman ain't doing right, I dare you to take God back to the house, and your man or your woman that ain't acting right, I bet they ain't no match for God. Come on, help me here. One lady was telling me one time, she said, well, I really want to come to church, but he don't want to go to church. I said, well, then you go to hell with him then. Come on, help me here. I don't know about y'all, but when I get up and go to church on Sunday morning, everybody getting up. I don't care where you're going, but you're getting up out of here. Are y'all here today? Somebody say yes, Lord. Family that prays together stays together. And if you ain't going to pray, you can't stay. Come on, help me here. Tell me, kids telling parents what they want to do. We would have Black Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter start mattering the black folk. Y'all ain't saying nothing here today. And folks start whooping these kids behind, stop letting them do whatever they want to do. I'm going to be happy, but your butt's going to be sore if you don't do what I told you to do. That wasn't on my notes. I just kind of threw that in there for free. I had a little flashback. Amen. Somebody say yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Repeat this after me. Say, I can.
I can.
Say it with some authority. Say, I can.
I can.
And I will.
And I will.
Be happy.
Be happy.
Yeah. It ain't that hard. Wake up in the morning. Grandma used to say, smell the roses. We had dandelions, so I go smell the dandelion. Come on, so I had to laugh up in church. Amen. If folk come to church looking like they've been sucking on lemons all day, they scared. I know this is the first Sunday, but y'all come on. I choose to be happy. Happiness is a choice. And I choose to be happy. No matter what's going on in my life, I choose to be happy. It takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. I choose to be happy. Get up in the morning, look myself in the mirror, and say, I know I'm finna deal with trifling Negroes today. But in spite of it all, I choose to be happy. I'm not gonna lie today, because that's all she know how to do. She just gonna lie. She gonna complain. He gonna complain. And you know, me and Deacon Will was dealing with an issue yesterday. This guy was talking to us, telling us what his woman said he couldn't do. Then he turned around and left the house after he done paid the rent. Baby, bye. You gonna go sleep over in that corner? I'm gonna sleep over in this corner. I'm gonna be happy over here. You can be mad over there. Don't you say nothing to me. I ain't gonna say nothing to you. When it's time to eat, just look at me. Don't even look at me at the cross the table. You ain't got nothing to say to me. I ain't got nothing to say to you. But I'm gonna show you what it do, what it do, what it do. I'm gonna be happy regardless of how nasty you are. And y'all missed a good place to shout. Don't let nobody determine your happiness. Don't let nobody dictate you being happy. Don't let nobody dictate how you gonna see or how the outcome of your situation gonna be. Knowing that if you lose everything but still got God, you got enough to start all over again. I wish I had somebody up in here. I choose to be happy. This sermon ain't for everybody, because some folk ain't. You ever notice how babies, they happy. They don't got a care in the world. Look at the up here blue now. That's fine. But when he was walking around here, don't worry about that. They're happy. Maybe because they ain't got no bills. But you got an Excel bill and you ain't got the money to pay for it. What is you mad for? Either you gonna pay the bill, put something on the bill, or be mad about the bill. When you knew you should have cut them lights off when you left on. Come on, help me here. My bill shouldn't have been this high. You left the air conditioner on all day. You got the fan running all day. The kids got the Xbox running all day. And you wonder why your bill high and you mad with Excel. No, you did it. Come on, say yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Like the other day, my water bill came. bro, my water bill came. And I said, my water ain't, I don't use the water like that. Forgot I left the water hose on after I washed one of my cars for a couple. I left the water on for a couple of days. And I was mad when the water bill came. I'm arguing with my wife and my kids. I almost got mad at Deacon Will thinking he left my water on when he washed his car. Then I forgot he ain't washed his car at my house in a while. So I want to put it on everybody else. Can I tell you this? You can don't let other folk, again, dictate how you feel. Huh? My wife get mad at me sometimes. You walk around the house huffing and puffing, and I go in the refrigerator. I be singing and humming, and well, the louder she get to huffing and puffing, the louder I get to singing and praising God. Well, sometimes I don't be praising God, I just be singing. I be making up songs at the, huh? I'm not gonna, you can be mad all you want to. I'm gonna have a good day. Huh? When I get sick, I still have a good day. When I lose friends, I still have a good day. Because if you leave me because of where I am right now, you wasn't qualified to be in my life in the first place. You better start thanking God for some folk that walked out of your life. And quit trying to hold on to stuff, places, people, and things that God is trying to deliver you from. Because if you keep holding on to what God is trying to deliver you from, you'll never experience happiness. You'll always experience pain. You'll always experience feeling like nothing's ever going to work out. I don't care if it's blood family members. If they mean you no good, let them go. I know Bishop, the Bible says you got, I didn't say you got to hate them. The Bible says you got to love everybody. It say you got to like everybody. I know that's contrary to probably what y'all believe. I love everybody. But there's some folk I just can't stand. Don't act brand new. I'm just saying what y'all really be wanting to say. Huh? But you know what? I don't have time to waste hating folk for what they've done to me. Because while I'm hating on you, I'm missing my blessing by hating what you do to me. I can care less what folks say to me. You know what I've been delivered from? What folk care about me. I've been delivered from how folks think about me, sis. I can care less. Take that to your grave. Huh? You can dislike me all you want to. But I'm going to be happy. And you know what the best thing to do is God's going to make it so you can be happy right in front of your haters. Because y'all do remember what David said, he prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. So what you ought to do is when your enemies come and they hating on you, you tell them, why don't you go ahead and have a seat? God prepared this table just for me in front of you. God's going to bless you right in front of the very folk that's been counting you out. Huh? Say it again. Say, I choose to be happy.
To be happy.
I'm going to be. I know that's bad. I know that's bad English, but let's say it again. I'm going to be happy. That's what the woman said. Following Paul and Silas could have got her killed. But she says, at any cost, I'm going to be happy, even if it's just for a minute. I'm going to be happy. And if you believe that today, that you're going to be happy regardless of what life throws at you, why don't you give God the best praise you can give? And I'm